All right. So, in summary, the concept rationalism, most knowledge come from reason. So, if you use reason as the foundations of your moral inquiry, moral investigations, then rationalism is the concept that you need to explore more. Empiricism believe that most knowledge comes from experience through the five senses. And logical empiricism, all knowledge is based on experience, and this experience must be observable by scientists. Okay, let's talk about philosophy and the search for wisdom. So, philosophy comes from the word philos, mean lover, sophos means wisdom. So, it's being understood as the interaction between loving wisdoms and taking action or behaving with wisdom. So, in this case, if you have wisdoms and you don't act out the wisdom, then you are not being understood, being considered as a philosopher. So basically it's not just having the knowledge but also practically consistent with what you know. A good definition for philosophy is the systematic and critical search for truth and meaning in our lives. So the word critical, as you already know, could mean the study of the power relations, oppressions, marginalizations, and other deep aspects, complex aspects that need to be understood more widely. Okay, so attitudes and actions. So we talk about philosophy. So in the word philosophy, we do not just enforce knowing, but also doing. So ethics education goes beyond theory by challenging each of us to live consistently with our moral values. And this is what we mean by being practically consistent. So having knowledge and behaving knowledge is somehow both are valued in the world of philosophy. Philosophy comes from a natural sense of wonder, a basic human needs to find higher meaning and value in our life. And I believe very strongly as well that meaning can derive from reasoning, from experience, from intuition as well, from emotions at some points. But to rely on one of them is not enough. You need all of them, and that's how we can grow um, with philosophy. Now, children seem to share this noticeable characteristic of being a philosopher because they ask a lot of questions. So, a sense of curiosity and trying to find meaning, trying to learn about the world around them. So, you know, the state of curiosity, in fact, is the key characteristic of a philosopher, of a thinker. And that's how we come to learn about meaning and values in our life. Another important knowledge as well is wisdom. Wisdom begins with self-knowledge, which is a knowledge about yourself, of who you are, self-awareness, which cannot be achieved without self-honesty. I like this statement. So you want to obtain wisdom, it's important to start, from you, and by somehow being honest with yourself of how much you know, who you are, and also what weaknesses you have, what strengths you have, what characteristic and habits you have, and that could be both beneficial to your um, exploring a wisdom, or it could be the barrier of exploring the wisdom. So self-honesty is important aspect. Wisdom assume good ends and the search for value. If you say that a person is very wisdomist because he could steal, that's not wisdom. Wisdoms assume good ends. It's got to have this, uh, you know, benefits for one and all. In other words, so critically examine and analyze our reasons for holding a particular view is also the act of having wisdoms or of engaging in philosophy.